My name is Justin Reed. I'm the Director of Media and Travel for TripAdvisor, and I look after the Europe, Middle East and Africa regions. And today I was talking to the audience about the changes we've seen in the post-COVID, well, hopefully post-COVID world, and just looking at how booking patterns, markets, the things that people are like selecting on TripAdvisor, how that has differed from 2019 through like the dull period, and then how it's coming back strongly now in 2022 and into 2023. Yeah, so the last 6 to 12 months have been particularly interesting because after 2 years of real 1 year of complete, flatlining almost of the travel industry, a bit of a steady comeback in 2021. We thought 2022 was going to start off being such a great, comeback year, built up by that pent-up demand that we've seen. But actually, Q1 this year, up until about sort of like the beginning of March, end of February, was still very much in the doldrums as a result of like the Omicron variant that had come out. But the last 7-8 months in particular, what we've seen is a really strong rebound for international travel as well as domestic travel. So much so that we were actually above 2019 numbers in the peak part of the summer, which was just such a great recovery, not just for TripAdvisor but for the travel industry as a whole. Last couple of months, what we've seen is there's been a steadying off, not a decline, just a steadying off as a result of some of the cost of living challenges that people are saying. But all the numbers that we're looking at in terms of the global audience, everything's pointed towards this idea that 2023 will continue the fight back that the industry's seen, and will be back above those 2019 numbers on a consistent basis. Well, if I think things would change, or rather, if I didn't think things would change, I would literally be going against what I'd said a lot of in the presentation today, which is things are changing so quickly at the minute, and on all levels, not just talking about individual figures, but actually like industry trends. And one of the things that we saw in the immediate sort of like post-COVID boom of last summer was people desperately didn't want to go to cities. They wanted to go to the countryside, they wanted to go to the great outdoors and experience that. And so consequently, a lot of destinations really focused like their longish term strategy on like building up their outdoor offering and not focusing on cities. What we've seen in the last summer we've just gone is that actually cities have come right back up there in terms of importance. So I would always be hesitant. Anyone who says there's going to be no change and I know what the future is going to predict is insane in this world. So I think yes, things can change, but I think the key to it is being adaptable and having agility to move fast as and when you see like trends happening. Yeah, so one of the things we've seen is that although money is a primary factor, that doesn't mean to say that potential travelers are looking to go cheap. They're not. They are searching for 4- and 5-star hotels. They are searching for quality. What they are looking for is value. But what they're not looking for is, dropping the standard of the accommodation that they're looking for. So one of the things that is so important, we always say this, is once you get someone in the door is how you treat them. So don't worry about cutting the cost by £5-10 a night. Focus on those fundamentals about having the right greeting, the right atmosphere, the right staffing when people are there. Make the customer feel like king. It's a cliche, but it's true. And then you have the whole repeat cycle coming in. That hasn't changed, and that will never change, I don't think. But if you give a traveller, a visitor, a guest, whatever you want to call them, the best possible experience, they exceed their expectations, that is the best thing that you can do going forward.